Hi guys, this is Lowell Suchis. Welcome to my channel. In this video, we're going to be learning how to make this circle dress with this beautiful petal design or flower design on the chest line. Let's get right into it. To start, you're going to open up your fabric this way and fold it into two. So that's how you're going to get the length you need. So for example, the length I'm working with is 43. I just added extra 5 inches allowance to it, making everything 48. So I'm just going to measure 48 and fold it into two this way. And then you're going to be folding it again like a triangle. So I've laid it flat on the floor, and as you can see, it is folded into two. I've measured my length, so I'm just going to measure my length again to confirm that I have what I needed. So the length I'm working with is 43, like I said. So I added 5 inches extra, that making it 48. So you're going to pick it from this edge and just hold it this way and take it to the right, forming a triangle. I hope you understand. So pick it from the edge and just take it to the right. Now I'm just going to arrange this and then we're going to start taking our measurement. If you're still watching, please do not forget to like, share, and subscribe if you haven't done so, and also drop a comment to help push my videos to those that need this tutorial. Sorry guys, I didn't realize that my phone wasn't filming, so I have to start all over again and explain. Don't worry, I'm going to explain thoroughly how I came about this mark we have on the fabric. So the first thing I did here, this line we have here, we have the bust circumference. The bust circumference we're working with is 39 divided by 4, that's about 9.75, and I'm going to add 1 extra inches allowance to make 10.75 inches. That's sewing allowance. So what you're going to do is this. On your fabric, you're just going to look for the space. Keep moving till you find the space that will accommodate the measurement you're looking for. In my case, I'm looking for 10.75, and this spot right here accommodates that space. So I'm just going to mark it. I hope you understand. So now this bust circumference line here is going to be serving as our bust points. Do you get? It's going to be serving as the bust point. So I'm just going to write it. So my bust point, the bust point I'm working with is 10. Now you're going to be coming upward from that bust point. I'm going to be coming up by 3.5 inches. So you're going to be marking it from the bust point. That point is now going to be serving as the neckline. It depends on how deep you want your neckline to be. If you want it deeper, you can just come up by probably 3. And if you want it to come up a bit, you can still increase it. It depends on your preference. So I just added extra half inch allowance at the top here. Next, I'm going to measure the width of my neckline. The width I want is 4.5 inches. So on fold. So now when you open it up, it's going to be 9. Plus extra half inch sewing allowance, making it 5. Then I just connected from that 5. So from the 5 inches neck width, I just connected it back to the bust point to give me the armhole. And I also added half inches allowance to it. So now you have to take note of what you took out. Remember that from the bust point we came up by 3.5 inches. 3.5 inches minus the bust point, we're going to be left with 6.5 inches. That 6.5 inches is what is going to be serving as the length of our sleeve for the front, and then for the back 6.5 inches too. I hope you understand. So now the next thing we're going to do is to measure the circumference, like the length of the gown. As I said, it is time for us to measure the length of the gown. So I'm just going to place my measuring tape on the bust point, which is 10. I'm just going to place 10 inches on that bust point. So that's where the measurement is going to start from. So now we have to measure the length of the fabric. I hope you understand. So place your measuring tape on your bust point measurement. Place it. Mine is 10. So I'm just going to use that as a guidance to measure the length. So I'm going to measure 43 plus 1 inches extra allowance because that's all I have left anyways. So that's 44. So I'm just going to measure that 44 round and connect it. If you're working with Ankara fabric and the person's measurement is longer, then you don't need to reduce the length just for it to be enough. You can just measure it. Remember that the length of Ankara is usually 44, I guess, or 45. So what you're just going to do is to just cut it. The other side, of course, is going to be longer. Then when you're done, you're going to join to the edge where it is usually not enough. But if you're working with a crepe, then you are good to go. You don't even need to stress yourself. I'm done measuring, so I'm just going to come to this point and just mark it all the way to the down, just a little bit, so I can just cut it out. After cutting, as you can see, the neckline is kind of giving V, and I don't want it. So I'm just going to trim it off a bit. Just watch as I do it. So I'm just going to come here and trim it off this way, and then we're done. Next, I'm going to cut the facing to turn the neckline. I'm just going to fold it in a triangle this way to cut the facing. You can either choose to use the fabric to turn it or you use a bias, but I prefer to use a facing, a fabric in this case, to give it a more cleaner look. So I'm just going to place it this way and then I'm just going to cut it out. So here it is. After doing this, I'm just going to cut this, the down part here. Just you can just measure like 3 inches and cut it out. I'm also going to repeat the same thing too for the back. I've cut for both the back and the front, and this is what we have. So we're going to be using this to turn it. Just going to turn it, then turn the armhole too. I wanted to fold it before, but I just decided to use it to turn it. So now the next thing we're going to do is to make our sleeve. We're going to be cutting a very long band. The length I cut out is 42 and the width is 5 inches. On fold, that's 2.5 inches. Do you get? So I just took out 1 inch from the gown length and I just cut out 42. And then the what's it called? The the width is 5 inches, as I said, divided by folded into two, that's 2.5. So what I'm going to do is this, I'm just going to sew it and then we're going to be closing one edge. Sew it by half inch and then you're going to close one edge. I've already done one of it, the one you can see on the table. And when you're done, you open it up this way and just close this edge and then you turn it. I used a long screwdriver to turn it because the band is kind of long. So I had to look for something long. Just look for something, is a rod or something that is long for you to turn it. So I did one of the band already or the sleeve and this is how it looks. Of course, you're going to give it a very good finish. So now, before you turn your neckline and the armhole with your cutout, you're going to take your sleeve and you're going to be placing it in between the main fabric and the one you're going to use to turn it. Make sure that this line is facing you. That's the middle line where you have the joining is facing up. So I'm just going to pin it this way, so I left half inch allowance here so that I'm going to use that to turn the armhole. So you're just going to leave a little space for you to be able to turn your armhole. If you're using this kind of method I'm using, I'm going to pin it. You're also going to be repeating the same thing too on the other side. Do the same thing to just pin it down, and then you're going to be placing your interface, your fabric on it this way, and then you're going to sew. So I'm going to sew by the neckline and also on the armhole, then I'll turn it. I also do the same thing too for the other one. So I'm done sewing. This is it. I've sewn everything and I just gave it a very good notch. You're going to notch it so you'll be able to turn it over properly and then you just turn it over like this. Of course, I'm going to overlock it later. You can also place an hemming gum there to iron it, to just put it in place. Then just give it a very good ironing and that's it. So now we're going to be attaching it to the front now. To do that, you're going to place the one you attach the sleeve to first. Place it this way, facing upward, that's the bad side facing up. And then you're going to place the second one, the bad side facing that one. Just place it this way, the good side facing you. And then you're going to be attaching your sleeve to the edge. It is quite simple. So now this is where you need the measurement you took. Remember that I said what we had left was 6.5. So we're going to be measuring that 6.5. I'm going to mark it. Unfold, you fold the sleeve this way and measure 6.5 and then we'll mark it. So I marked out 6.5. Remember that you're going to fold it this way before you mark it. We need both for the front and back sleeve. So I measured 6.5 and I marked it on my sleeve and then I'm just going to pin it here and then we're going to be top stitching on the fabric. I hope you understand. We're also going to repeat the same thing too for the other sleeve. So this is it, guys. I'm also repeating the same thing I did. Notice how I placed the sleeve to match the fabric, the main dress. So just do it like this and top stitch both of it. So after top stitching, you're going to turn your fabric over this way so that we're going to be sewing it by the side. So you're just going to place it this way and arrange it properly. After top stitching, after ironing and doing everything, then I'm just going to sew by 1 inch. After joining both sides, then I'm also going to be folding the edge of the fabric by 1 inch. This is it, guys. I am done sewing it, joining it and folding it. And also, let me just give you a tip. When you're measuring the sleeve, I mean the sleeve we measured for 6.5, make sure that you confirm the measurement before you top stitch it, just to make sure that you get the accurate measurement. So now the next thing we're going to do is to start cutting out the shape of our flower. So I have a paper here. I folded it into two. So the width of the flower is 2.5, which I later reduced to 2 inch because it was too big. And this 2 inch includes the sewing allowance. You're not going to be adding any sewing allowance. For the length, I'm going to measure 4.5 inches. So now we're going to get the midpoint. I'll divide 4.5 inches into two, and then we're going to be marking the midpoint. So I'm just going to mark that, and then I'm going to use my straight ruler to just mark that midpoint. At the midpoint, measure 2 inches, and then you're going to be connecting that 2 inches to the down part this way. So use your ruler to just connect it this way, and then from that midpoint to the upper part, you're also going to be connecting it this way. And then what we're going to do next is to just use my hand to just blend it so it won't have any sharp edge. You just have to use your free hand. Sometimes you might not even need to use the ruler. Just use your free hand to just blend it this way, and then we're going to cut it out. After cutting, I'm just going to trim off this sharp edge here, and this is what we have. Now look, when you gather it, this is how it's going to look. It's already giving the shape we want it to give. So you're going to be using this paper to cut the main fabric. So I'm going to iron an interface on the fabric, and then we're going to use it to cut it out. Okay, so this is it. I ironed stay on the fabric and I've used it to cut it. We need 5 pieces of this flower since we're going to be using the fabric to turn it. So I cut out 10 pieces of this shape, this flower. So if you are going to be needing 4 pieces, that means you're going to cut out 8 pieces. So just whatever pieces you need, multiply by 2. Then I'm going to sew it this way and show you. So guys, this is it. I've sewn it, and if you notice, I notched everything, and I'm also going to be trimming off the excess. Now it's time for us to turn it over and iron it. I am done ironing, and this is how it looks. I've given it a very good ironing, so I'm just going to trim off the excess we have at the edge. So what you're going to do next is to get a hand needle and put a thread through it, pass a thread through it, notch the edge, and then just insert the needle like this. We are doing like a loose stitch to help us gather it. You see the way I'm doing it? Just pass it through it this way, and then just drag the rope outside. Make sure you notch the edge so that when you drag it, the rope won't pass through the hole. When you're done with the other one, just pick the needle again and pick another piece and just pass the needle through it this way. You have to watch carefully at this point to make like a gathers, and then you're also going to be pulling the thread this way. So this is it. Pull it this way and just drag it together like this. So I'm going to be doing the same thing too for the other pieces. So this is it. I'm now going to pick the last piece and then just put my needle through it this way, the way I did the other four, drag it, and then try to join it with this. So you see how beautiful this looks. So now I'm going to use my needle again, pass it through the one next to it just to merge everything together. Pass it through it. You have to be careful because I injured myself at some point. Just drag it this way and drag it. You see? Very beautiful. So after doing this, I'm still going to pass it through it a few times, round it just to secure everything, just to make sure that both the 5 pieces are glued together. So I'm just going to pass it. It might be difficult, but you have to be patient at this point. Just drag it and try to sew everything together. So I'm just going to do that one more time. So you have to do this until you're sure that the petals are sticking together, because you don't want the petals falling or separating when you are after attaching it to the fabric. So just do it this way. And after you're done tacking it and you're satisfied with it, then we're going to be adding our cover button to it. So this is the cover button. It is size 44. Make sure it is big enough to cover the joining you have at the middle. So I don't have the machine, so I made it in a shop. So what we're going to do now is to just pass the needle through it and also attach the cover button on it. This is what it looks like after attaching the cover button. So I'm going to be placing the flower on the right side when the person is wearing it. So I'm just going to place it here and also use my hand needle to attach it. And that's all, guys. Thank you so much for watching. Please do not forget to like, share, subscribe, and drop a comment. See you on the next one.